Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from Special Hobby. It is made in 1/72 scale and it copies Heinkel here 162 Spatz, so it's a German World War II jet fighter, as you can see on the box art. And this time we have a completely new kit, so it will be interesting to see what is hidden inside and how detailed it is, because as far as I remember there were several add-ons. For example, here on the table not far away I have the CMK resin seat. We will check it later in the separate video review. Nevertheless, it is interesting to see what is offered in standard plastic and what can be improved later. We will check it in separate video reviews, as I said. Okay, so packaging here is standard for this brand. I can show you the comparison with my hand. Here it is. It's not that big box, but it's a 1/72 scale kit, so it is understandable. We have really nice box art. Then on the side you can see that it's made in Czech Republic, and on the rear side you can actually see these resin add-ons which can be used with this kit. So we have engine, we have gun base, we have pilot seat, which I showed you a few seconds ago, and we have also wheels. I have them as well, as far as I remember. So, and this is a side opening box. Just give me a second, I'll open it. As usual for this brand, all frames should be packed in one plastic bag. Here you can see it. And there is nothing left in the box as far as I can see. So of course we are going to start with plastic, and then gradually we will move to assembly manual in order to see how it is assembled. So just give me a second. I can see that there are several dark gray plastic sprues, and we will check them one by one, starting with this one. It is quite interesting change from what we are used to see in Special Hobby kits, because usually it was light gray plastic. Now it's a dark gray, which looks really unusual, I would say. But here on the first frame you can see engine gondola halves, you can see also some cockpit parts, and of course fuselage halves as well. Molding quality looks really good. We can zoom in even more so that you can see these panel lines on the fuselage. They look really nice. Here we have some minor elements which will be placed here and there. Here is another fuselage half, and here we have engine gondola panels which look really good. But if we flip them over, here inside you can notice that we have guiding pins, which is also really unusual for such kit, because everybody was expecting to be more or less short run kit. But here we have a really decent plastic with guiding pins even on the large fuselage halves, and we even have here cockpit detailing out of the box, so it should look really good once assembled and painted. I mean, even out of the box build offers nice detailing, so it will be even better if you add some resin parts. And by the way, regarding resin parts, here on the next sprue we have pilot seat, which I showed you a few seconds ago. So when pilot seat is assembled with PE and resin, I'm checking it at the moment. Here we have one piece plastic part, and of course it should be fine for standard build, but if you want to get even better detailing, then you will have to resort to resin, and it's not as expensive as you might think it to be. Here we have also one piece nose wheel well, and of course landing gear wheels, which look really good. If we flip it over, here you can see opposite side of these parts. Pilot seat is detailed from the rear as well. Well, it's not such a generous detailing, let's say, but it should be enough for 1/72 scale. And just to remind you the size of these parts, here you can see my fingertip, they're really tiny. I mean, Heinkel 162 itself wasn't that big, so it's not surprising to see such small parts here. Next we continue with last gray plastic sprue. So this one is dedicated to wing parts and also tail wing parts. So here you can see them, and frankly speaking I'm not sure if... yes, they should be glued out of two halves, and as you can see the rear section with ailerons and flaps, it is pre-molded and it will serve as a guiding element. We can actually zoom in so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Here you can see top halves, and as you can see this panel line will actually serve as a proper guiding element, but we also have here the guiding pins on the leading edge. Next we continue with tail section, so that's a tail wing with separate rudders here, And here we have top wing halves, so let's flip them over. Here you can see them from the opposite side. And as I said, molding quality looks surprisingly well. I mean, I don't see any possible issues here, so it's just a matter of careful separation and assembly all together. And you can notice that attachment points are really thin, so it should be easy to cut through these parts, and you won't be actually dealing with any extra issues here. Now I'm opening another plastic bag. Here we have Canopy parts. And for Canopy parts, I can also say that this kit deserves extra plus, because here we get 2-piece Canopy. I mean, some 1/48 scale kits do not feature such parts, and I think in 2020 it's a must, because you can open the canopy on your model and you can expose what is hidden in the cockpit. But masks are not included here. I'm not sure if they actually printed some template maybe in assembly manual, but I don't see any mask sheet for these parts, so be ready for this. Maybe there will be some aftermarket set, who knows, but out of the box you don't get anything. Okay, we zoom out a bit. Next, I'm opening another plastic bag with decals sheet. So it's not that big, but it is understandable because we are dealing here with 1/72 scale model kit. And what do we have here? Let's place it here. As far as I can guess, it is printed in Edward. If we zoom in, you can see it as well. Maybe we can close camera a bit so that it won't be that bright. So here we have also cockpit decals. You can see seat belts and dials for the instrument panel. We even have some more than one marking option, obviously. We even have swastika included. And printing quality looks really good, so it should be easy to apply all these symbols on your model. And I think it's really cool that they decided to include some cockpit decals as well, because it means that if you don't want to spend some extra money, still you get these symbols which will be, I would say, enhancing appearance of the cockpit on your original out-of-the-box build. And now we can move on to this last component. So this is assembly manual. Let's zoom in a bit. So it is printed in form of small brochure. It is printed in color. Here we have short history note in English and Czech. Also some technical specifications written there. Next we continue with parts map, and note that only few parts won't be used, which is really surprising, so it means you don't have a chance to use any of these parts. Assembly process starts with one of the fuselage halves, so you will have to assemble the cockpit walls and also the separate doors. I think they will be used for the landing gear maybe. Next we continue here with pilot seat. As you can see, decals are already applied. We even have the instrument panel decals application process as well. Next we continue with this, so I'm not sure what is this. I guess that's a main landing gear wheel well. As you can see, it is painted in different colors, so pay attention so that it won't be in a wrong shade. And then on step 7 we close fuselage sections together. We install the main wheel well, we install the pilot seat which is molded together with rear bulkhead, and we also install this front landing gear wheel well. Okay, next we continue with wings. So actually, yeah, that's the lower wing half, which is smaller, and the top wing half is molded together with ailerons and flaps. As you remember, it has slight curvature on the fins. And also here we install the tail wings. Next we continue with engine. So out of the box engine, as you remember, is quite simple. So if you would like to get something different, if you want to expose what is inside, you should resort to CMK upgrade set, which is made out of resin. Of course it will add some difficulty to the build, but I think who will be buying resin kit, they know what they are going to do. Here we continue with nose landing gear and main landing gear wheels and legs, and manufacturer offers you an option to open the canopy. So as I said, that's a really cool option in 1/72 scale, because model will be really tiny, so it will be an impressive looking, I would say, build if you open the canopy and do something in the cockpit in order to enhance appearance. Here we continue with marking guides. So first two marking options come from 1945 and May 1945. Obviously they won't be early. This one is quite interesting, so maybe I'll be able to read where it is from. So it's from May 1945, and as you can see, it is it features the natural metal section in the middle of fuselage, and there was also primer, so it was half made, let's say, and it's also quite interesting option to copy in, especially in 1/72 scale. Here we have another one, and this one is interesting because it is almost completely covered with light blue. So we have 4 marking options already. Here we have stenciling guide and some other kits in 1/72 scale from Special Hobby. Some of them were reviewed on our YouTube channel, so you can find it easily just by typing the name of this kit and of course checking our article as well, which is written in the video description. As for this kit, it should be already available. You can get it on Special Hobby website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!